Welcome back to Mind Games. Today's animal quiz is harder than you think. Get ready to test your brain and discover some amazing creatures. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to Mind Games for more awesome quizzes. Get ready. Here we go. First round. Which one is the real king of the jungle? Maybe it's a lion, thanks to movies like The Lion King. Lions live in savannas. Tigers are the real kings of the jungle. Which one is the tallest animal on Earth? Giraffes reach up to 5.8 m thanks to their long necks. Which bird is the largest but cannot fly? Maybe it's a penguin because… oh wait, they aren't here? Ostriches are the world's largest birds, but they cannot fly. Which one can change its skin color? Chameleons change skin color to match their mood and heat. Which one is the fastest land animal? Cheetahs can reach 112 kilometers per h in just 3 seconds. Which one lives in a massive colony? Ants live in massive colonies with complex social structures. Which bird has a giant pouch for fishing? Maybe it's a kangaroo. Oh wait, I meant a bird? What's your final answer? Could you explain more in the comments? Which one can lock its legs to sleep standing? Horses can lock their leg joints to sleep while standing. Which bird is the national symbol of the USA? The bald eagle has been the USA national emblem since 1782. Which one is the largest animal to ever exist? Maybe it's a dinosaur. The blue whale is the largest animal to ever exist on Earth. Which one can sleep for 3 years? Maybe it's a bear because they hibernate in winter. Snails can sleep for 3 years to survive extreme heat or drought. Which one freezes solid in winter and survives? Maybe it's a polar bear because it lives in the Arctic. This frog actually freezes solid and its heart stops in winter. Which one has the densest fur in the world? Could it be a sheep? After all, we've been harvesting their wool for ages. Sea otters have 1 million hairs per SQ inch to stay warm. Which bird can rotate its wings to fly backward? Is it an owl? Only hummingbirds have the wing structure to fly in reverse. Which sea creature has 3 hearts? Octopuses have 3 hearts to pump blood to all their 8 arms. Which one is more dangerous to humans in Africa? Hippos are extremely aggressive and deadlier than sharks. Which bird has eyes larger than its own brain? An owl, maybe, since they own the night with their silent hunting. An ostrich's eye is 2 inches wide, the largest of any land animal. Which bird is the international symbol of peace? The white dove became a global symbol of peace after Watu. Which one is called the engineer of nature? An otter. It's fascinating how they use rocks as tools to crack shells. Beavers build dams that change entire river ecosystems. Which animal is the T-Rex's closest relative? Maybe a crocodile? They're basically living fossils from the dinosaur era. DNA shows the humble chicken is the T-Rex's closest relative. Which one has heat vision to see in the dark? Pit vipers have pit organs to detect the heat of their prey. Which one has 4 stomach compartments? Cows need 4 stomachs to break down tough plant cellulose. Which bird is nicknamed the sea parrot? Could it be a seagull, the quintessential thief of the seaside? Puffins are called sea parrots for their colorful beaks. Which bird stays in flight for 10 months? Common swifts eat and sleep in the air without landing. Which one produces cube-shaped poop? Square poop stays on rocks to mark territory without rolling. Which one barks to protect its territory? Is it a fox? They're like the cat software running on dog hardware. Sea lions bark just like dogs to communicate and defend. Which bird is smaller than a human thumb? A sparrow, perhaps? This bird is only 2 inches long, the smallest bird on Earth. Which one has scales made of the same stuff as hair? Pangolin scales are made of keratin, just like your hair. Which one has 32 separate brains in its body? A leech has 32 body segments, each with its own brain. Which bird carries water inside its feathers? This desert bird carries water to its chicks using its belly. Which one has blue blood based on copper? Octopus blood is blue because it uses copper to carry oxygen. Which one can live for over 400 years? These sharks are the longest living vertebrates on Earth. Which one has its heart located in its head? A shrimp's heart is located right in its head, thorax. Which one has taste sensors on its feet? Butterflies taste leaves to see if they are good for eggs. Which one has no vocal cords and is silent? Giraffes are silent giants and use infrasonic communication. Which one is the most venomous in the ocean? One box jellyfish sting can kill a human in under 3 minutes. Which bird flies from the North to the South Pole? This bird migrates 44,000 miles every single year. Which one jumps 200x its height for its size? Pound for pound, the flea is the world's best jumper. Which one has ears located on its front legs? Maybe it's a spider because they have 8 legs? Crickets have ears, tympana, on their knees. Which one is invisible to bat sonar? Some moths have fuzzy wings that absorb sound waves. Which one has no brain, no heart, and no bones? Jellyfish are 95% water and have no central organs. Which one can regrow its heart and brain parts? Axolotls are the masters of perfect regeneration. Which sea creature is the unicorn of the sea? The narwhal's horn is actually a giant sensory tooth. Which bird flies silently to hunt at night? Owls have specialized feathers that muffle the sound of air. Which fish shoots water bullets to hunt? Archerfish can hit an insect 2 meters above the water. Which bird mimics chainsaws and car alarms? Lyrebirds have the most complex vocal muscles in birds. Which mammal lays eggs and glows under UV light? The platypus is one of the strangest creatures on Earth. Which bird has calf muscles just like humans? Emus are the only birds with calf muscles for long running. Which one's milk turns pink in the sun? hippo blood sweat turns their white milk into pink? Which one has the best sense of smell? Maybe it's a dog because they work for the police? Grizzly bears can smell food from over 18 miles away. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this quiz, make sure to like and subscribe for the next challenge.